Hi, I'm Lara, and today we are making rose jam, known in Armenian as Varti Anoush. This is Maral's recipe and she will be showing us how to make it. She makes this jam annually when her rose bushes blossom in the spring, and was kind enough to let me film her. So I will be her voice and your guide in this video. Let's get started. The rose petals used for rose jam are no ordinary roses. You can't use your prized rose bushes for this. Instead, you must use the Rosa Damascena, more commonly known as the Damask Rose. The rose bushes you see here were once branches brought over from Aleppo, Syria, and propagated in Maral's mother's yard. If you are not blessed with beautiful rose bushes and fresh rose petals every spring, you can always order dried petals online. Link in the description below. Just make sure you rehydrate the petals in lukewarm water for 20 minutes before weighing out your ingredients. Here, we are picking the petals off the rose bush, but you can also clip the whole bud if you'd like. If you pick only the petals, make sure to go back and clip the buds to ensure proper growth for the following season. Back in the kitchen, we have a combination of plucked petals and whole buds. For the whole buds, make sure to remove the petals and discard the buds. The petals are what you need to make the rose jam. You can see the bud with all the pollen on it here. You want to discard that all before making the jam. Keep going until all the petals have been plucked. Once you're done plucking, put them into a large colander and rustle the petals to make sure any extra pollen or debris that are still on the petals are removed. You can see how much came off these petals. Now that the petals are prepped, you can begin making the jam. First, weigh the petals to see how much you have. We have about 500 grams. This will determine how much sugar you need. Add your petals to a food processor. Ours here is small, so we had to do it in batches. Before blending, you'll need a special ingredient: citric acid, which is quite sour. Citric acid not only helps balance the sweetness of the jam, but it acts as a preservative and allows the jam to last longer. It also keeps the color nice and bright. If you don't have access to citric acid, you can substitute it with lemon juice. As always, measurements are in the video description below. If you two are working in batches, add the citric acid gradually with every batch you blend, until reaching the full amount of 3 teaspoons. You can really see here how bright the color became after adding the citric acid. Next, add 4 cups of water to a large pot and bring it to a boil. Once it's boiling, add in the petals. On medium heat, simmer the petals for about 20 minutes to allow them to break down before adding in the sugar, stirring the mixture occasionally. After 20 minutes, begin gradually adding in the sugar. You'll need about 3 times the amount of sugar to petals. Make sure to add it gradually in batches to ensure it dissolves evenly and to avoid any lumps of sugar in the jam. Once all the sugar has been added, bring the mixture to a boil. Then, test a teaspoon of jam on a white plate like this. What this does is it cools the jam quickly so you can check the final color and texture. If it's too thin on the plate, then just let the mixture simmer for longer until you reach your desired texture. Finally, let the jam cool completely before separating it into jars. Here, we are submerging the pot into an ice bath to speed up the cooling time. Once it's cooled, fill the jam into your desired containers. We used mason jars. This amount of jam fits perfectly into 2 32-ounce jars. This jam lasts in the fridge for about 2 months, but I keep my jams until I notice they have gone off. And if you properly can the jars, they can last up to 2 years. You can enjoy this jam in many ways, but traditionally it's enjoyed on pita bread with some white cheese. We are using ani. As always, the ingredients and measurements are in the video description below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.